Now return to incredibly long missions. Alright. Just in case I want this road to connect over this way for whatever goddamn reason. Let's get this tablet thing started so I can start making more people. Where do I want these to be? Probably want a fair amount. Let's just do this. That's going to create a bit of pollution, I'm willing to bet now, I have to deal with. It is still just barely under, but it will do. Now, when I put those down, okay, they're all within range there. So yeah, we're getting tight on this, but I'm going to start putting in more people so that we can then eat this up and get it going as quickly as possible. Suddenly we're short. Why are we suddenly short? We have no people. Alright, well, a quick way to handle that situation is to fill in another neighborhood worth of people. And then we do have to get on board with quickly throwing more potters into this mix so that we can keep up with that demand. Where are we on all the other demands? It looks good. Except for the beer. Alright, 600 people. Let's do... yeah, let's just maintain it out here. I know that's too much. I really ought to be fine-tuning this. But we will eventually need this many more people, I'm sure, once these all handle themselves. Maybe not actually. Let's turn one of these off. Okay, that's a little bit closer. Too close, really. I prefer surplus, but for now, that will have to do. How are we doing here? Okay, we're still keeping it. Looks to me like we're not buying enough. There's too much time when this is empty. And that's not going to get me anywhere. Right, now what was the plan here? To do the ivory stuff here. So have it be built here. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It does though, because this would be out of range. So looking at 3, importing it down to here. Here's where we're dropping off the ivory. Damn, that's a long ways away. Now, I just want to make sure all my shit is in a row here. I am nervous that we're not going to make the population count. Because it kind of seems like where we're at. Oh yeah, we're ready for beer now. What am I thinking? Beer needs to come here and here. And you, beer, need to go this way. I mean, really, you could just go the other way. Coming in this way, go out. That's fine. Let's just maintain the same thing that we're doing. There's always this shit in the middle. Always this shit in the middle that just doesn't get caught. I don't understand it. Now it's a matter that you're not getting the fucking tablets. Which doesn't make any damn sense. Maybe it's just a saturation issue. It doesn't help at all. These guys don't have appeal out here. It's just you. Just you. You can kind of see this one barely has enough by the time it gets here anyway. Yeah, it's just this one being a piece of shit. And do we even need this to Mari? Fuck Mari. It's because it's dropping it off here first. So in order to get you... Okay. And we ought to only need one for this. We really should only need one. It's kind of dumb otherwise. So instead of clay, I guess this will be its own tablet producer up here, so that we can then deal with these ones, if I even want these guys to have it. That's better. That's much better. So, we now have nearly 2,000 people. I think that's more than enough for the workforce at the moment. So let's shift gears again and begin thinking about this. So in order to make that work, we're going to need to have... Now let's get this going. So we need you, close that down. Pick that up there. We will need our own separate traveler there. I didn't leave one over here to do that. So I guess we grab another. Do I not have any caravan guy over here? If I put one here, that's just more out of the loop. We don't need to be doing that. Instead, I think I'll just grab you. We'll do some small flowers. And then I want you to grab from here, dump off there. That is appropriate now. And then I need... See, so now we actually have a problem. Because how do I get it over to here? What we're looking at is something more like 20 to 16. That's too far to go. That's too far to walk. So, is there something else I can do here? Can't really see another way to gain more traction out of this. Are we not? Apparently that's all we can produce to make this ready before it gets sold. And I kind of feel like I could just get rid of that. Okay. So let's see how much this carver stuff, rather. Shit, carpenter. Carpenter was going to be down here, so let's not worry about that yet. Right now what I need is a carver. And we're only getting 3, so that had better do the trick. Now we can get 4. Okay, that eats a lot of people. So now, we now need all 60 of those. Let's see this work. Before I go using more people, we will need papyrus coming in as well. So I will want you to be here. I will want you to be here. Let's go ahead and turn you on. And then I need to also import papyrus. We could probably do with less. In fact, let's just import 20 since it's right here. It should be grabbed immediately, and then if we need to import more, we will. We don't have enough. We used it all immediately. Okay, well, in that case, We'll take 40. The profit margins are dropping. Still have 100 people that I can maybe use here. That gets it real tight. We'll see how far we can go with that. Okay, I've got some here. We just need to begin distributing. So you will be my distributor. Copying that one. And you will be my distributor. Copying that one. Okay, let's watch it go. We still haven't got anywhere close to the beautiful residence that we need. This is all preamble. But this will stabilize here shortly. I think I need more jewelers, because we got a lot of stuff sitting here and not enough of it turning into jewels to sit in the warehouse. So I think I need at least one more. Pause. One way to find out exactly. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but we're also selling some. So when you really think about 32 and 40, what we really need to maintain that is a lot more. You can see because we have a negative here. So beer, again, is something that needs to be addressed relatively soon, but we're not distributing it out, so right now it's enough. But if we ever open this up, which we have no reason to, but yeah, so we need to do copper work, pull that in here. At least one more of those. Now let's look at that. -5, I think that might be okay. It's still a negative number though, so it's not actually. It seems small, but that attrition is really going to whack me. Speaking of whack me, let's take less. Try and find a better balance. Got way too much ivory sitting here, and I don't need that much. How is that? Tablets, 54 to 32, okay. Just barely hanging on with the pots. But that's because we don't have that open. So why don't we now turn this back on, eat up some of those people, get that going. Okay. I think for now we're actually stable. You guys aren't getting beer, so we don't need to worry about that. Even though beer is here, I don't want to overtax it just yet. Anticipating it though, I may as well go ahead and get that started. So I guess I can put this here, knowing it's going to be smaller. Kind of okay though, because going like this, I'd be losing out on a few, but it'd pretty much be an entire chunk, which I could actually afford. Thinking about it, I actually could afford to do that. That would give me a full one. Why don't we do that? Who are you? Mari again? Fuck Mari. Yeah, just looking at this. We wouldn't get the irrigation that we need. Yeah, let's just keep it simple. We will just keep it simple. 2, 3. And then we do a warehouse. Who takes beer? Which I'm actually getting the right one. 2 breweries. Could just go there, but we'll put them here. We don't need that, and therefore we don't really need to add that. So that should be good to go there. And then we now have... Gotta figure out someone. I took a place out, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I took out a place for my caravans. It's a shame. That's way over here. I'm not gonna have that go there. So we gotta figure out... Oh, here's one. That'll be fine. You can go all the way up here and get that. So we actually need you to be a pickup. And then you can be another... It's gotta be a drop-off here, I guess. Shit. Yeah, it will be. So, grab you, beer, grab from here, drop off there. Okay. Let's watch this play out. What is even the point of you? Right, I was gonna drop off this here, but you're not doing that anymore. Because it's all being made up here now. And it's all working. Sort of. Some of them are getting awful goddamn close. How are we on the food for that? Plenty. So, all of this works. We have 1,000 people that need to be employed. And that gets us ready, I guess, for this part. Now, who works this farm? It is the workers. Okay. It's just questionable. Okay, so we need to get thinking here about... we can probably lower you. Don't need that much anymore, now that you're stable. So basically we need to start getting set up here for these residences. Now, these residences require 16, I think, to get to their max level. Well, to get to the next level, even. So basically they all have to be within their own little garden park. At least probably 2. If they are anything like the elite houses in the Impressions games, they pretty much have to be completely surrounded on their own. I think that's enough for furniture making. So we need this to be a drop-off point, so it'll eventually be a pickup point. We probably want this to be at like 20, I would say. 16 there. This needs to be a pickup and drop off. Actually, something like that. Because then we can do carpenter, 3 carpenters. 3 carpenters will hopefully be enough. Not a real big fan of pigeonholing myself like this by putting these so close when I feel like I'm definitely going to need more. You know, like I feel like if I put it over here, this would be a better bet. Because otherwise I'm going to end up being short on production. And here, yeah, might just be better to avoid that altogether. Definitely is, actually. We're gonna bring you out here. And I could put it here. The house. Or double up on each side here. Gain a little bit of money from digging up this road. Okay. So let's think about the best way to do this. I'm gonna pause for a minute here. Because one thing I can do, and one thing I think I'm going to do, is since these have no bad vibes, I can put a display or distributor right in the middle. If I do something like this, and then grab this, maybe it should be closer to here. Is that going to be just out of range? I bet you that'll be just out of goddamn range. That's okay then. We can put it here. That would be 5. And then we'll put that. No. We need to space this, because otherwise we're not going to get enough good vibes out of it. Oh shit, let's just put it down now so I'm not spending extra money upgrading the road later. So really, I could probably put one here, and then the distribution tent there, unless the distribution tent is bigger. It is. Okay, so in that case we'll just go here with it. So that's something to pay attention to. So we've got our 5 and our 6 on the outside. And first things first is what they need right here. So we can grab you here. Let's actually put that livestock farm down. That does go right here. And it is within range. Okay, that actually ended up going pretty nicely. So we'll grab you here. Road. Irrigation canal. Be 1, 2, 3. It doesn't need to be so far out. Grab you as a distributor. And we will grab meat at, say, 20, and furniture at, say, 16. Dump off there. You will be close enough to pick this up. Doesn't matter because it doesn't come straight out of here. 50 and 4. And then we do butcher. So I can fit 2 butchers right here. And one will assume that will be enough. I mean, we're at a pretty big negative there, thanks to those. I guess we'll find out. So now I've left myself plenty of room here if I need to do more furniture making. And we'll just grab a caravan. It's always in the wrong place. Grab a caravan, guy, somewhere here. Yeah, that'll be fine. Grabbing furniture from here to here. That's a pickup, drop off. Okay. And then, if need be, we can grab some to distribute, to sell. Yeah, okay. So let's, carpenter. Please take more of them. And so you... I guess I need to do that. So grab from here to here. And that should now be set up. And then what we have to do next is say we are going to import wood, and we don't have a wood import yet. A sewer, excuse me, is 44, whereas you at Byblos are only 34. So lots of beer, but it will open that up for me there. Let's look at who, hopefully that'll fill in real quick. And then come in here and say 20? 30? 30 to begin with. And we are not taking any tablets out yet, are we? To be sold? I don't think so. Boy, that's pretty horrible. Okay, well actually we're not consuming that many anymore. It's just taking forever to get over here. But anyway, yeah, so now we're ready for that. I should just go ahead and get this started. That is going to be very necessary. And this one suffers from pollution, so we'll be blocking this off completely with pollution blockers. And we'll just fill this in with nice, good things. And let's go ahead and set you up. Furniture maker for the same reason. And we will turn you off for a moment. And okay, we're ready. We're ready to begin pushing down towards beautiful residence. And hopefully, after that, it will be a very short jaunt to get the rest of this. Yeah, we'll just have to fill in here, get beer going, and clean up. My God, it's it's like a week's worth of episodes just to do one mission. But you have to be careful. I mean, Jesus Christ. It took 3 episodes just to become solvent by getting this stupid thing built. Gotta keep an eye on this too. I gotta be able to build tablets over to here, which, like I said, probably end up over here, and this whole thing is just a mess. It's way, way more stuff than I think you really should have to do. But whatever. Okay, I'll end this one here. I'll see you next time.